Hello everyone, it's Riku Keyblade Master back once again. There have been several news articles about the January 6th insurrection investigation, including some of the Republicans calling it basically an abuse of power. But that's kind of hypocritical considering that, they let Trump abuse his power and incite that insurrection. But anyway, Kevin McCarthy has been asked to enter and give them his words and thoughts on the insurrection itself, even though we knew that he didn't really. He warned Trump that the insurrection was a really bad idea. He could have told the courts everything, that he warned him that it was a bad idea, and that, Trump went against his warnings and everything else. Including when, he asked him to stop the insurrection. He had a chance to speak his piece. But Kevin McCarthy rejected that. He said, I'm not going to cooperate with a panel that's abusing its power. I'm not even sure this is a legitimate investigation or if this is even legal to harass members of the Senate or members of Congress or members of the House, blah, blah, blah. You get the idea. And honestly, they've been doing it for years. And now Kevin McCarthy questions its legality? Dude, you could have told them everything that happened from your side. You already admitted that you weren't too happy about the insurrection. You knew it was a bad idea. So why not testify, for God's sake? Why turn and do a full 180 and say, I'm not going to cooperate because I don't think you guys are legal, when in reality they're just gonna get a subpoena on you anyway, as well as many others, and you'll be forced to testify anyway unless you want to be found in contempt of court for defying that subpoena. That is, if they do go that far and subpoena the guy, which I'm not surprised if they do. In other news, in terms of the COVID-19 vaccinations, you know how they've been doing 1 dose, 2 dose, and then the booster, and then the 4 shots, whatever? Well, now they're realizing that the more doses that they make people get, they're realizing something that I have tried to tell them all along, and I should be the one getting the credit for it. The more doses you give people, or you make them get, in the government's case, obviously people are going to catch COVID-19 anyway, because the doses would be completely useless. Which means the shield that once protected a person could easily crack under pressure or just straight up break. And I've known that my whole life as a basic guinea pig for many vaccinations. I mean, hell, you're talking to a girl that had like 17 or 18 needles in her all at once at birth, plus being poked while I was in the womb. So, yeah. And I still haven't been able to catch a break throughout any of it. I almost died in 2016 for crying out loud, so of course I'm gonna go against the needle poking. You know? They need to do some other way instead of vaccines. Because I just, seriously. They realize that they just now realize after ages of doing this, after ages of making everybody do it, that the more doses you make people get, the more or less COVID-19, actually the less COVID-19 can be dealt with. And one country is actually fining people who don't get the vaccine, which is stupid, because if you think about it, I mean, those with a medical exemption aren't targeted, but if you think about it and you got a person like me in your country that has been, harassed ages and ages with needle pokes, and just wants to catch a break, but literally can't, even though the needle pokes have been affecting that person terribly to the point where they almost die. I don't know sure, it's paying for like at-home testing and shit, but what the fuck? I don't think it's right. Because of the fact that, like I said, if you have a person like me in your country that literally has been poked up and down and no vaccine has ever worked on them, it just made them a hell of a lot worse. In the long run. Those people are bound to be like torches and pitchforks on your ass. No joke. And speaking of torch and pitchforks on your ass, Prime Minister Boris Johnson is facing mounting pressures to resign after attending a party in a courtyard behind his house. He didn't realize it was a party. He thought it was work-related function. That's what he said. But in hindsight, he's like, yeah, I guess I should have sent the people home. They were masked up, but they were not, socially distanced. This is the same guy who said no more than 2 people can gather outside in a meeting. No more than 2 people. Yet he had about 25 people plus him in an area that basically was his backyard. Some kind of quarry or something. I don't know. I forget what kind of area it is. But basically it was in his backyard. Or, near his backyard or somewhere around there. Now, if Biden or Trump did that, we'd be coming after them with pitchforks and torches. Just basically like how the people came after Boris Johnson minus the pitchforks and torches, although the pitchforks and torches would have been more epic. What can I say? I'm a big fan of chasing somebody down with a pitchfork and a torch. You know? I mean, seriously. It would make a lot more sense. But let me know what you guys think in the comments below. Were their actions uncool or wrong? Or are the government's actions of being too late to realize how stupid they were being, if I have to tell you that you're being dumb and you're, being stupid and you're a government official who claims that they know more than an actual citizen, and your way backfires, then you are dumb. No joke. I've been predicting a lot of different things would go wrong, and unfortunately, my predictions have all come true. Honestly. It's like that episode of American Dragon, Jake Long, where they had to protect those two twins. Except I don't have a goth twin that predicts anything good will happen. In a way, I'm kind of goth myself. Let me know what you guys think in the comments. Let me know if there's any other reports of mutiny against other, of leaders mutinizing against the people that have voted for them, and those leaders' wrongdoings. Feel free to let me know. Till next time, I've been Riku Keyblade Master. Comment, rate, subscribe to become a Keyblade wielder, and stay awesome as usual. Peace, and I love you all.